Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about. Yeah, I could say that again. I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the South Node in the 10th house in a natal horoscope. As most of you know, the South Node is associated with what we generally will maybe overemphasize or accentuate a little too strongly. Generally up to about the age of 30, and then we hit a point in time around that time of our lives, around age 30, that it kind of becomes a redundant spot in our chart, as I refer to it as, and can be monotonous, and it's something where at that point we realize that we need to go to where the North Node is pointing us and focus more of our energy into that area of our life or sector. Now, we don't necessarily eradicate the South Node completely, but rather at least integrate at least a little bit with the North Node energy. Now, to get started, the first thing is, look at the South Node in the 10th house. This could be a person that maybe had been dominated by career matters, had a very strong need for acclaim, notoriety, recognition, their status. And they're standing in the community. These are things that this person may have been very engrossed in. It could have detracted from this person's home and family life. This could be a person that maybe had, I don't like to use the word over encouragement, but maybe their parents may have emphasized or pushed their career for them to just to be successful in their career a little more than necessary, or maybe they felt there was a stronger push, at least their perception of them, that maybe than what was needed, and they felt compelled to strongly put so much energy into this, but by doing so, it could have been to the detriment of this person, to our people that have this placement to some degree. This could have been a person that had the encouragement from the parents to go a certain direction in their career, but perhaps they didn't. Maybe at some point, one or both parents may have been displeased to some degree at this direction, and didn't feel that they had the quote-unquote, the parents quite didn't have their back in terms of where they were, what they were doing as far as their career aims and ambitions are. Now, what happens is this person hits a point in time where he or she basically says, well, this maybe is getting a little monotonous. Maybe this person went into a career and it might have not worked out for him or her. Maybe this person was very proficient in his or her career, but it may have been something where maybe, as I stated, about being a distraction to some degree, and it might have hurt maybe perhaps maybe the home situation to some degree. What this person comes to realize is at some point that perhaps matters at home maybe need to be taken care of. There might be a possible situation where even if they're compatible and get along with their parents and family members, there might be a need to establish greater rapport, or maybe to be at home a little more in order to do this. There may have been some actual renovation or repair work that might have needed to be done on the home, possibly repair work in a relationship with one or more family members. This could be a person that perhaps they wind up incorporating that South Node energy, the skills that they learned in connection with career matters. May decide maybe around the second half of their life sometime that maybe they could run an at-home business. In this way they could be at home a little bit more and be able to maybe flourish in some kind of field or profession, something that maybe can be run from the computer, like an online business. Maybe this person decides to do something that's associated with homes, like such as refurbishing, renovation, restoration of homes, doing things like maybe working as a plumber. It can be a business or home, but maybe someone that goes to homes and does carpeting installation, for example, does some kind of construction for homes. It could be something home related that this person may find themselves compelled to go to, perhaps in this around the second half of one's life. And the fourth house is also associated with emotional security, and it could be something where maybe this person, by maybe getting in touch more with finding, maybe by being at home, maybe a little bit more, or maybe just putting a little more emphasis on the home, which may not necessarily detract from what their career is in terms of the time. They could establish maybe greater emotional security and perhaps even flourish even more at in their career, whether they stay with the one they would currently that they started early on in life, or they decide to make a transition or change. Either way, it could indicate possible greater success and fulfillment as far as their career may go, because having that emotional security gives you that stronger ability to feel better at your job and virtually whatever it is you're doing in life. So that could be something that may be looked upon and emphasized more strongly, say sometime like after age around, or maybe shortly after age 30, or sometime in the second half of the person's life. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the South Node in the 10th house in the natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about the South Node in the 11th house in the natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.